Hi everyone, just wanted to come on and show you a couple of quick little projects that I've done for a friend whose birthday's tomorrow. I found an awesome tutorial on the internet about colouring with distress inks, just like the Tim Holtz distress inks. I'll leave a link below to the lady's website, but she does some awesome colouring. This was my first attempt, so it's a little bit rough, but anyway. She uses the distress re-inkers, but I didn't have any of those, so I just used my distress inks and stamped a little bit onto my craft mat, my non-stick craft mat, and then picked up the ink from there with a little paintbrush. This image is actually coloured with the distress inks, and there's a little bit of stickles on her wings there. I'm not sure if you can see. The colours that I used were Broken China, the green, the forest pine I think it's called, or pine needles maybe, and the aged mahogany. And her hair was done with vintage photo and antique linen. The skin tone is done with tattered rose. Sorry about the shadow there, it's very dark in here at the moment, it's hard to get good light. And the actual image is from a Papermania stamp set called Midnight Fairy Tale. There's about 3 or 4 different larger fairies in the set, and then it's got a bunch of little stamps in there as well. So I coloured that, then just inked around the edges. Oops, sorry about the glare on that one there. This die is a memory box die. I think it's called Catalina Wreath or Katarina Wreath, something like that. And again, I just coloured them with the mahogany just to tie it in with the dress. I actually made the mistake of colouring the image before selecting any papers. I didn't mean for her dress to be as red as it was, but when it turned out that way, I had to try and find something to tie it all together, so I ended up just using my Wild Orchid craft flowers, and I coloured those with the distress inks as well. I actually used distress stain on the ends of the petals and then sprayed them with water and just let the colour bleed through, and sprayed a little bit of Lindy's Stamp Gang in the Bucket of Blood red, which is a Moon Shadows one, just to give it a bit of glitz there. A couple of the little Wild Orchid craft flowers. This little ticket was actually a Kaiser journaling ticket, Kaiser craft journaling ticket. A little bit of bling, and the papers that I used were from, I don't know if you guys can get it over in the States or in England. Sorry about the glare. It's Mercy Timeless Collection, and I actually picked this up from Big W for those of you that are in Australia that might be watching. It's got some really pretty papers in, with some foil. Some have foil, a few have glitter as well. So yeah, I really like that, and it was only cheap. It was like, I think it was like $15 or something like that, so that was pretty good. And then on the inside of the card, I've just used the same papers. This is actually another little memory box die, the fuchsia die. Extremely delicate, and had a little bit of trouble gluing it down without the glue showing. So I'll have to work on that, but yeah, just the same papers, a little bit of ribbon on the inside. And on the back I've just put my little stamp. And because the card is so dimensional, I had to make like a box envelope. Like you can see, it sits about an inch or maybe even a little more off the page. I had to make a box envelope for the card, and I've never made anything like this before, so it was a bit trial and error. But basically I just made a pattern from the card size, and then I stamped the paper with, this is a Darker Endure stamp, and then I stuck these little circles which I'd punched out on with a brad, and then I've lined the entire box with another sheet of card just to give it a bit more stability, because it is a bit wonky. It'll be fine just for an envelope, but if you wanted it to last for anything you'd need to do something a bit more structurally sound. So yeah, I just stamped it all over with that stamp and then basically stuck it together with double-sided tape. And then I've just got one of those little closures here. Just some linen string, and then I've just put a little charm and a bow on the end there. So, and the card does fit in there. I've tested it to make sure that it did fit. So yeah, that should be fine in there. And then I just made this little, well, I didn't make the whole thing, but it's just a little charm. This little corset bodice was actually already on the chain with the swivel clasp and this keyring. And then I just made a couple of other charms. The girlfriend that I'm giving it to, she really likes red, so I just made a few other charms there, adding in some red, and she's also a Parisian fan, so a little Eiffel Tower, and the back of the cardstock, which actually was an offcut from the card, also matches. So it matches the card, but it had the Eiffel Tower on it, so that worked out quite well. And anyway, I hope she likes it, and thanks for watching. If you've got any questions about the card images or whatever, just send me a message and I'll do my best to answer those. And please check out Camilla's blog. Her cards are absolutely awesome, and I'll make sure that I leave the description below into her distress ink tutorial. Thanks for watching. See ya!